So frets look like this. You can probably see how nasty these things are. I just wipe it with my finger and some of it comes off, but they'll look like this eventually. It just takes a little bit of elbow grease. A lot of people probably couldn't physically do this, but hey, that, you know, take care of yourself and you can. Yeah. So the middle 12 aisles at any Safeway or Walmart grocery store, you know, aside from makeup and like toiletries, paper goods, the rest of it's still unedible. No human should consume any of that stuff that's at a grocery store. Just saying. Processed sugar is not a natural phenomenon, so if you eat it, you might as well, I don't know, smoke cigarettes maybe instead, you know. So I just thought I'd start things out with a little controversy for all you folks who go to Safeway and buy shit that's in the middle 6 or 8, 10 aisles. You should just buy stuff in the outer area of Safeway, and most of that is safe to eat, and you can safely eat that stuff. Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and clean the headstock. I don't want this kid getting a dirty old guitar, right? Here we go.
I got some music from him. Okay.
Basically, we're just doing a quick cleanup and setup on this guitar. This young man's mom came in today, said that she had this guitar and it had one string on it, and the guy that had it before him was interested in playing a guitar with one string, so it had just a low E string on it, which was tuned to like G or something, but now this thing will look nice and tidy, and it'll have 6 strings on it. And this young kid he's 14 years old, and he's gonna become a guitar player. And you want to keep a child playing guitar, you got to give them one that's set up right, and they'll stick it out instead of stopping because it's so hard to play. That goes for, you know, old timers too. You know, if an old guy wants to learn to play guitar, man, take the time to you know, spend a little bit of dough to have somebody set up a guitar really right for you. It's a really good policy. And well, this thing has had the tar beat out of it, just big old scrapes in this finish, but if it doesn't have stuff like that on it, it's probably not getting played enough. So, it's actually in not too bad a shape with respect to being dirty. Just the top of it was really dirty and lots of dust on this thing, but I'm not a real guitar snob when it comes to having like super clean guitars. None of mine are like ultra clean, but I think when somebody brings in a guitar for me to change the strings on, just doesn't take much. Oh, and the end pin is missing off of this also down at the here. Oop, sorry, my rag got snagged up, so we got to put an end pin in it. We'll do that for him in case he wants to stand and play, which I highly recommend, unless you've been injured or have something wrong with you that you can't stand up with a guitar. I get it. lots and lots of people that have physical ailments and stuff that keeps them from being able to hold a guitar strapped to their shoulder. It happens. Hey Mike, what's happening, brother? Dude, I'm loving your new music, man. That stuff, you write some really cool stuff. I really dig your tunes. The shibbity bibbity whatever boob thing song. Oh, dude, that thing's still rolling on my YouTube channel. That is such a cool song. And if you guys, if you're here and you haven't heard Mike Shaner play, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. But he has some really cool music on his channel. I haven't put anything new up for a while. I've been kind of out of the recording game, writing game over the last I don't know, year or so. Nothing really too nothing that I can say I'm proud of, I guess. And I think we all go through those times in life where it's just not moving, and something will happen soon enough. I just keep at it. I have a gig, live gig tomorrow night that I'm playing with a cover band, just a town over here, little old Northeast Oregon. We're going to be celebrating we'll celebrate the 25th anniversary of a brewery. Barley Brown's, if you've ever encountered Barley Brown's beer, that's made just 45 miles from where I'm standing right now. Oh yeah, Mike, dude, I really dig your style and your voice. Ooh, and I need to be careful because this just fell out of the guitar, but I would have taken that out of there anyway. So let's clean the fingerboard. And I'm only going to be able to be on for about a half an hour today because I do have a guitar student coming in here shortly. So I'm just going to go through the motions. I thought I'd go live with this one because this guitar is going to end up in the hands of a 14-year-old kid. And just to prove a point that I don't treat anybody's guitar differently. If this was a $50,000 Martin, they'd be going through the same exact, in this condition, the same exact process. I'm using Simple Green to clean the fingerboard for this young man, so I'll let his DNA make a mess of this. Hopefully you can see what I'm up to here. My camera guy's usually drunk, but he's coming around. I don't think he's been drinking as much lately. He still drinks every day, but terrible habit. Let's see what else here. Oh, forgive me if I'm not replying to any of the chat. I am working right now, so I got to be careful about how much time I spend. But I can definitely share with you what I'm up to. Maybe some techniques that you haven't ever thought of or used when you're stringing up your own guitar. Sometimes they need a good little cleaning, and the way I'm doing it is pretty efficient and time tested. I do this for a lot of guitars. Some people bring guitars in that are so clean I barely have to do anything. And it's rare, but it does happen. These frets look so much nicer. Giving the frets a good polish. I'm not going to go into sanding these down to 2000 grit. The lady who owns this guitar and whose son will get it, she was very limited on the amount of money that she could spare, so we're going to do a very good job, but we're not going to go to the in-depth stuff that I would normally do. Taking that down to 2000 grit, and then oftentimes using a liquid chemical polish. We are going to treat it with some linseed oil and get that fingerboard and the bare wood on the bridge and the fingerboard back, bring it back to life. Here, this is one of the most fun parts of this work that I do, is when you get to watch a guitar neck go from this. And you know, it's one of the favorite things I think almost every woodworker enjoys the most about their field of work, is this right here, putting the finish. Look at that wood just turn dark and come to life. It just looks awesome. This helps keep out the bad stuff and keep the good stuff in. It's unboiled linseed oil. I use it on all of my instruments that I work on. Tomorrow night there's some live music happening in our town. A heavy metal band, local heavy metal band called Nogiro is doing a live performance tomorrow night, and I just got done setting up one of the guitar player's guitars. He did it, we set it up to be D standard tuning, and the other guitar player in the band called me last night at 7 o'clock after our shop had closed, and was wondering if he should throw a new set of strings on his guitar loaded with a Floyd Rose. And obviously guys don't change their strings on those very often because it's time consuming and it can be difficult to do in some cases. But I had to come down to the shop last night after hours. It was really fun, and his wife rode her bike down here to the shop and hooked him up with a couple sets of Ernie Ball Slinky 9s, Super Slinkies, and he now has new strings on his guitar ready for his show tomorrow night. So that's really cool. He is a fantastic freaking guitar player, man. This guy's killer. Number one guitars. Oh, it's getting a refret. Wow. Mike, dude, that's a big deal. That's cool. I'm sure you're gonna love it. I don't know if you're still here, if you're still watching, but I wonder what shop you're taking that guitar to. I'd love to hear the name of it and share the name of their business. Let's see. Oh shoot! I need to go grab a set of 11 gauge guitar strings. Hang on.
I'll make a little bit.
I just ran out.
Here is on that fourth note. You do like a leading tone. So you'd be like C, C, G, G, C, C.
I'll grab 3 sets just to save myself the trip next time. Alright, so we're going to string this bad boy up, and try and get strings on it and get it tuned up before my student arrives. See how quickly I can do this. Come on, I'm already spinning my wheels. Hey Rody, how you doing, man? Making sure the ball end is going up against the bridge plate in there. It's always kind of a bummer if they get hung up on the end of these pegs. Somebody is calling me. My goodness. I don't have time for that.
Whatever you want to play, whatever you feel good at. You want to play, or you want to play adding the 5th note in there.
Let's see. We were started by Bruce Hames Guitar Repair through George's Music. Alright. Oh, that's cool. I don't know where in the universe you're located, but I'm guessing that shop has a pretty good reputation, given the fact that you're taking your guitar there and having them do that to your baby. That is a nervous moment, man. Believe me, I know. I've done it. I've refretted a lot of guitars. It's definitely, the owners are often pretty leery, but the thing is, once the frets are worn down to a point, that doing a refret on it is the only result will be that it'll feel better, as long as they're leveled correctly and you get them set up pretty close to the way it was. That's usually the most difficult part of doing a refret, is getting the setup the way it was, because a lot of stuff changes at that point. A lot of the physique of the guitar changes, so you can't always get the string action exactly where it was, or the neck relief exactly where it was, because when those frets you make sure you're down here. When those frets get worn, the nut gets worn, the saddle gets worn, except for maybe on a Strat. But so you've got to make adjustments to all that stuff, and oftentimes on a refret I end up having to replace a nut on a guy's guitar. On a Strat, of course, you'd use something like a Tusk nut, and just because the nut's been worn down so far that you can't reuse it because the frets are now too tall. It really depends on how worn the frets have gotten, and of course the money hole right here and here and here, all those frets those are the first ones to go. Do 2 cowboy chords. It's where everybody makes their money.
Actually, it's what do you call it? It's a D minus 7, which means it's a flat 7. You're playing.
We have a bass lesson going right now in our shops, and Earl, he's such a great bass teacher. And he's teaching the brother of the young man who's going to be in to take lessons from me here in about 15 minutes or so. It's been fun to watch listen to this young man grow as a player.
I want to be a D sharp, or D7 would be a C sharp.
There we go. How am I doing on the string change? Am I breaking any world records on speed? They sure look good. I don't know how long it's been since this guitar has had 6 strings on it. Should be pretty close to being in tune. 1, 2, 3. Am I doing okay?
Right key signatures in here. Well, it's basic to this. You can see it's C. So when you're reading something like this, you remember that.
If you haven't put strings on your guitar in a while, would you please do it?
You have to play it.
Please. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stretch these strings out. I got time. Might as well get them all stretched out. String action on this guitar, just right out of the gate, looks pretty good. I might be out of a job. Looking forward to playing a gig tomorrow night, to play all electronic and stuff. And I'm going to take an actual speaker cabinet with me tomorrow. I usually don't use one, but we have a house engineer. We're going to play through somebody else's PA system, and if they're not used to having somebody run a direct electric guitar, I can bring I'll bring my little 112 speaker cabinet so that I'll have a good monitor. How am I doing on my time changing the strings on an acoustic? Sounds pretty good. I think we're all looking good. Let's check our neck relief on this bad boy. We'll see what the measuring stick says. You can tell the string action is a little bit high, but that could be okay. So there's not enough neck relief. I think this is a 5 mil. I think. I hope this will reach. It does. Maybe it's a 4 mil. Maybe I was wrong. It's a Yamaha. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, it is. It is a. Ooh. What the heck? Alright, so there's grease all over in the where the hex. There we go. So we need to loosen the truss rod. See all that grease coming off? Oops, sorry if you couldn't see what I'm doing here. Let me get my camera guy. Quit drinking. We're just giving it a little bit more neck relief so we don't end up with a bunch of fret buzz. I've gone a little bit too far, so I'm going to give it one more little, I'm going to tighten it that much, and we're going to call that a day. Let's check our neck, or our string action on this thing. Oh yeah. We're too high. We're about a 32nd of an inch too high on the bass side. Yeah. Boy, I'm gonna have to drop that down. I may have to call her and see if she wants me to do that. But let's try her out. I mean, you know, a youngster that's just learning to play. He's 14, so you know, it's a pretty good age to figure out. Oh, one other thing I gotta do. I gotta put a end pin in there. Something like that. I'm gonna go grab an end pin real quick.
That's your intro, and that's very, very typical. But just get used to that. So anytime you see something written out like this, where you have another note written under the G, like the chord.
No, it's always a little thing like this. It's keep people coming back. Because this young man's probably going to want to stand up and play guitar. There we go. Use the black one. Alright, let's see how this thing sounds and feels. I need to get my glasses out of the way. I'm going to scratch this guitar all up. I can tell that the string action is a little bit high, but strings and it even stays in
A lot of
tune.
times,
How many of you have put new strings on your guitar and played it for days and they wouldn't stay in tune?
stuff like
Be
this,
honest.
you see on our F7,
I think this kid's gonna like this guitar. I don't know where or how his mom got a hold of it, or how she came into possession of it. Preston, hey brother, and Rhodey again, hello, and Mike. Yeah, thanks you guys for hanging with me. I got to get going. I got to get back to it. Just thought I'd share with you, a new youngster is going to get a new guitar, and I got to help him begin his journey of playing guitar. Hey, peace.
you're the top, this would be the top, so it's just, don't